That's the magic crystal indoor.
We are live.
Stop sharing.
That was the magic crystal, you say? What?
Yeah, that's the old. Back then there was the Quebec seed bank, and
Yep,
magic
yep.
crystal was one of those that they were selling over there. The magic crystal. They were selling the M39, the Quebec Gold, the Mighty Might, different, a lot of cross with bubble gum and Northern Light, some cross with, what was the other stuff? Blueberry, Blueberry Northern Light, and yeah. Oh, I know there were Buddha Sister that they were selling, I think from Soma.
Thomas Buddhist
Uh,
sisters.
Yeah, I remember Quebec Seed Bank had a couple stuff from different breeder, but the seeds were not super cheap, but they were good seeds. And most of their stuff you were able to grow them outdoor up here up north. So that was the important part. Like you were able to ask them, can I grow them outdoor and should I expect fully mature or I risk to not have a fully mature bud? Because back then, there was some people that were just growing a shit ton of weed indoor,
Yeah.
and they were just putting plant outdoor to get clean the room for the summer and take back some clone in the middle of the summer and just have weed for the kick of having weed. But they were not really expecting their indoor strain to be the best outdoor.
Yeah,
So some
most
year they were having good bud, some other year they were just shitty because they were not the adapted strain.
well that's I find a lot with a lot of genetic stuff like that I've bought from the mainland, and that's commercial bred, is seeds that I've bought, is a lot of times the strains are unhardy. They've been
Yeah.
babied and grown indoors for so many generations that they lost their hardiness to mold and insects and real sunlight even
Oh, I
sometimes.
use it to have seedling that were 20 times more vigorous than what I got in general now from any breed.
Yeah.
Most of the breed that I'm growing, they are not really vigorous. And the last time that I've grown something that was super vigorous, they were not seeds that I've bought. They were seeds that I've got given by someone. I don't
Yeah.
know if they were fresh or not, but they were really the fan leaf for 6-inch pot round pots. The fan leaf, the first fan leaf, like they were like doing the, let's say, the first blade, and after that they were not doing the 3 leaf. They were doing 5 leaf already, and then going at 9. And when they were making their 9 leaf, they were touching the bottom of the pots each side. Like if you're growing it right on the in the ground, the leaf were covered by the dirt every time it was raining. But as soon that the plant were reaching about a foot tall like that, it was starting to stretch, and everything was stretching in between the node. But before that, the plant was just short with super huge leaf and a huge stalk. And when it was starting to stretch, it was starting to stretch everywhere, not just the tip of the plant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was really the base, the internode were still stretching, and everywhere was growing. So I've seen that some of the old indica, they were really having a different morphology, and some some of them I would say it's maybe because they were not higher THC, that they've not been kept, or the texture of the bud was not good enough for the commercial. But the vigor of some of those plants were really up there, man, with anything. You could grow them in the desert and they will grow. But
Yeah.
that's just Like I understand people that will go buy some of the land rights right now that they can get from the country, but it's a lottery because some of them will get really strong plants, really vigorous and everything, but you won't get nice smoke from all of them. If you make ashes with them, it won't be bad. But a lot of them don't have a good taste, or they don't, the texture of the bud, it's dry and crumbly, and there's always some pheno that will be more smokable in it, but you need to grow a lot of seeds
Oh yeah.
with
No, when
that
you're
kind of
hunting
thing.
stuff, you always have to grow a lot. That's the whole thing with
Yeah, but
hunting.
mostly with the landrace from the Indica Ashish variety. If you want to make something smokable as flower, it's not every collection that you'll get that you'll be able to transform into. Like the last time that I've played with one of them, the collection was from Kibber, and the Kibber seeds were good to make hashish with, but to smoke as flower, even making hybrid with something else, most of the plant were low THC,
Yeah.
so so there was nothing to do with it, just low THC, and that's it. If you make hashish with it, it's still pleasant effect.
Yeah, no, there's lots of strains. I mean, it's so big. There's all kinds of controversy and stuff out there. You know, a lot of it's just proper breeding. If you know what you're doing when you're breeding, you line breed correctly, you know the traits you're looking for, you know how to breed for them, you know how to select for them both in male and females. That's when you start getting really good quality stuff. And
Yeah, but that's line breeding.
yeah,
That's line breeding. When you start from stuff from big field like that, they are not line bred. They are population bred,
yeah, no,
and you
population bred.
only
You
you
gotta
only
hunt.
get to grow three generation from the best of the best of the best and putting them in group in a category and breeding those category together to be able to then after three four generations to get something that you can get expectation from, you know, then you'll be able to say okay, they give you that type of morphology in general, but you'll still get some of the other type of morphology like the kibber that I told you. Some of them are feral. They have really small calyx, long pistil, and the seeds are falling in a snap. The smallest breeze, the seeds are falling from the plant. It was smelling grape. It was smelling grape, but you had nothing to smoke on the plant. And I've been able to make some dry sift with. The dry sift was okay. Like it was giving me an effect, but it was at least like a surprise for what the plant was looking like. I was expecting to have really shitty stuff, but it was okay. Like I had a buzz from it, but that's it. But some of the other plants were chunky, like the short indica plant that we got, that it get bud big like your fist, very dense. But the crystal were not there. Those that had the most crystal were looking. If I could see like a Setsuwa Kush, if you take a SFV OG and you don't have any dense bud to it, I don't know how to explain it, but it's pointy bud, but it still look like an indica. I don't know how to explain it, but in Pakistan you have a lot of those in between type, and some of them are chunky, some of them are more thin bud, or more pointy bud.
Yeah,
But you can really see there's a Pakistani type in that come again and again. Whatever type of Pakistani you grow, there's always something similar. There's some pocket that are really different. But what's hard is that sometimes you know that if they look like that, you'll get more feral plant. But you know that you'll also get some plant that are super high potency in it, but they just don't have the dominance to be high potency. You need to line bred for 3, 4 generations to be able to get the high potency from them. But in those populations, they have some really high THC1. It's just you need to really grow a shitload of seeds and being lucky. Because the guy that do the collection, he say, "Oh, that's a really nice plant. Here, I'll collect some." But if not test that plant particularly to smoke the ashes of that plant and say that one was better than the other one that wasn't looking as good, but it was better to smoke. So sometimes I feel like what they sell you, it's what you would be able to do if you go there in the same condition than they are. So they worth the money, but they don't worth your time if you're really into making a high potency strain from them. Because you
Yeah.
hit a lottery, it's a lottery. You may be lucky and be able to get your high potency strain from them, but you may not be able to get anything worthwhile but make ashes with.
Yeah.
So it's still a good strain, but it won't be the best for the flower production. Well, I don't know, man. The Kush the the Kush and the LA Confidential and Ash Plant and stuff like that we've got is pretty much one plant in the field that will be like that. That's really that. It's really one plant in the field that's the plant in the field that you want.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of the
Wes, have you
one,
been able to clear out a bit what you want to grow in it?
well, I mean, I have this that I'm working on right now. This is the I don't know what you call it, the onesie by Coot. It's Coot. It's Coot's Pacalolo back cross to the one. Coot's one Pacalolo cross back to the
You
one.
got
So
some
it's like,
nice leaf on it. They are not too
yeah,
Afghani on that plant.
no, that one's pretty. Let me show you a couple other. Let me show you a couple other phenols.
That one you got a
Oh,
bit of
wait,
the.
no, wrong way. Okay, there's that. This one
That's the
has
same plant.
no, it's not. This actually, the one
No?
down here that my cursor's over is the same plant. This is a different one.
Okay.
But this one, I actually kind of hoped Potent was going to be here. So I wanted to ask him about that. That looks like a little,
Yeah, the leaf.
see that? A little mosaic virus or something, I think, is what it has.
Oh no, I don't think it's that.
You think it's variegation? I don't
Look,
think it
look
is.
at the other leaf on top of it. The other big leaf over that.
Yeah,
You have a tiny bit of yellow on the one blade,
yeah, right over here too as well.
and
But
the other one too on top of there.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. So I was gonna ask Potent when if he was here, but he's with his kid today, which is
I don't know.
more important.
But
Um,
the seeds from Coot,
then there's this
Kawaii
one.
don't know about it, but we have a pretty much a cult around the seeds that Coot have shared, because it's Afghani from Kandahar crossed with the
Yeah,
Kadaistik, and they've
and
crossed it with the male of Oaxacan, Sri Lanka, and Thai. and
And
that's those
came out like
seeds.
Kandahar. Came out
Nice.
like Kandahar.
So what your dad was collecting, it's pretty much close to that type of breeding, you know.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it's pretty much the same type
Yeah,
of
no, it
genetic.
looks the leaf structure looks real similar to like my Luda Thunder. Real nice.
Maybe I could share some. I'll try to find.
Now this one's really squat with really fat leaves on it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's your
nice.
Afghani right there. That's your
Yeah.
Afghani type.
Yeah.
So yeah, really squat, really fat.
It's funny because the last generation there was one really fat like that from the start.
There's
What's
some
that one?
that's 5 OG. That's that OG one I've been growing for a while. This is the better pheno. This is pretty decent smoke. I quite enjoy it.
Nice.
Um, and that's it there as well. Same, same as there. Not bad. That's still got a ways to go yet. Yeah. Yeah. This is the other pheno, the exact same thing. It can't even hold itself up.
Oh, just little
But
stringy bugger.
yeah, this look it's super sativa, really thin leaves. It's the exact same plant. It's just a different pheno that expressed completely
Yeah.
differently. It
Yeah.
smells absolutely beautiful, and like it's really probably great for like if you're gonna make fucking if you're trying to make shatter or hash or whatever because
Yeah,
it's really
wash it.
yeah, it washed really well because it's really sparse and spread out, and the calyxes all have room and stuff. So you'd be able to get your crystal off there pretty easy to for hash making purposes. But other than that, I didn't like. I don't think I'll keep this one around because I don't like how it
Yeah.
can't even hold itself up.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of
So
plants. If they don't have structure, they're gone in my book.
it's fallen over and looks terrible, even though it's a beautiful plant.
I grow
But
outdoors, so falling over is no good. They end up in the mud.
exactly, that ain't can do no good for nobody.
Yeah. Well, I gotta get going. I gotta cook some dinner. But it
So
was nice
that
cruising with you guys.
all right. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Doing
yeah, no
tough come.
worries. Peace out.
Peace.
That's the seeds that the plant that the seeds are coming
Nice.
from Coot.
Nice. Good looking plant.
So
Good looking plant. I'm excited to see what it's like. I'm excited to try some. To finally get some coot beans, even though my original beans were stolen off of me by somebody who we won't mention their name.
yeah, the Jew.
I mean, I don't think it had to do with being Jewish, but he did steal them.
No, but we'll just put it into
Hell,
a religious war. It's like we've been stole by the Jew. They got our job. Arr.
that's so.
Like putting a South Park out of it. uh, he should be probed by an alien.
Ah, probed
Like,
alien, probed by an alien and fed bacon.
yeah, no, and you need to eat by your ass and poop by your mouth. That's your
No,
sentence for
you
stealing
got
me.
it. That's how you do it in space, or else it's goddamn rude. Like eating through your mouth is just rude in space.
Yeah, I also always find it funny. It's like reverse aging by eating by your ass.
Evil Deadly, I think you've come up with something brilliant. This is the start of us being millionaires.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
we
right.
this is a new
After
health
poop
program.
transplant, it's reverse reverse aging.
This will do it. This is our $1 million idea. This is
Yeah,
beautiful.
now you can boof it. That would be my slogan. But now you can boof it.
Oh man, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna be starting because you
But
told me I should
honestly,
like
there is a thing that you should do in your in your seeds grow, and putting
return
all
to
the
blind.
old seeds together, putting all the tropical stuff together, and all the slow growing stuff together. Like when we're talking about the LA Confidential, Leo, uh, I don't remember what else you had in the that category, but they are short, chubby plant. You need to grow them a long time before they produce. Uh, I would put them together. All the A's, you got a couple different A's and
I
the
got a lot of
African
different.
stuff. So those things should be grown together, right?
Well, I would think so.
Because once you got clone of something like that, yes, okay, you can always make a design in your garden that you can have those slow growing plant and those quicker growing plant. But when you're making a hunt of something in a seed pack and a seed increase, you need to get space and more even garden. So you
That's
can
true.
always get two strain if the two strain are tropical or two strain are slow growing. Like I wasn't able to grow the LA Confidential and the Critical Kush at the same time because the
No,
Critical Kush want to stretch when you flower it, and the LA Confidential just doesn't stretch at all. It grew one third by the end of flowering, one third more. So that's the shortest plant that I had. Big, huge, fat leaf, but super low yield.
yeah,
But that's
I
a
don't
nice
know.
plant to get, man.
I think the LA Confidential bubble gum will have to be something like crack next. Right?
Yeah,
Uh, Supposed to get crack.
we talk about that one because that's pretty much the plan to start to make more seeds from. Because you'll get a lot more LA Confidential stuff from that than anything else. And then you can cross it with the Crockett Confidential to really go into the more confidential type that will be a bit different because like I told you, the Crockett Confidential, you had about, let's say you had a short Afghani that was looking like the Afghani from the 90s, the Mazar Sharif from Amsterdam. You
Yeah,
had the short one pole, and that one was like that Afghani type Mazar was like a few long lower bud, like lower branch that are pretty charged, and it make a nice big color on it. And there was a type that was just one bud, and that was more the early confidential type, just one bud, super short, super midget. It just doesn't want to grow. And that's really the LA confidential type. It just always like that. It just doesn't want to grow at all. But it's really nice, good taste, super good effect. And then you add the more tallest plant. And the tallest plant, some of them, the bud structure was different. And they were mostly bigger calyx. And the one that you've got in the seed collection, it's the tallest one with the biggest calyx that was the best quality in them. So that's like another type than what the Elegant Confidential is, but it's taller and grow better. So
Really,
that's
really
really the goal with all the early confidential crosses that you got, is to get a taller plant that get more ease to produce. With the bubble gum, you should get some plant that get more leg and everything, but you're surely gonna get some bubble gum smell into it, smell and taste. So that's
awesome.
interesting to get the LA Confidential and bubblegum. It's pretty much it's a good taste together. Because to me, LA Confidential, it's a bit like a donut shop and a tiny bit of musky, uh, like a nutmeg into it. Like it's donut, nutmeg, coffee, creamy. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's also not a plant easy to grow to perfection. So it's a type of plant that you may want to get a couple run with it to really be into it.
Nice. Yeah. No, I have a bunch, and I haven't decided. It might even end up being the C3 or the one of the Chernobyl crosses that you gave me
Oh
too as
yeah.
well. 'Cause also I could do those. I could do those at the same time as I did a bunch of sub cool and do a bunch of sub cool back crosses. So
Oh yeah, man, that's sure. You could grow the C3 with C2F2 and the what's the Jack the Ripper.
yeah, I Jack the
Because
Ripper, and then I
you could cross them together. They would be pretty much closer.
yeah no the because isn't Jack the Ripper one of the ingredients in Chernobyl?
Yeah, yeah, that's one of the
Yeah,
para.
so any LA would end up being just basically being a Jack the Ripper background.
That would be a yeah, that would be a
Well,
back cross.
which would be good, which would be good, and then yeah,
Yeah, because
what
C3 with C2F2, it's pretty much the per line of Chernobyl.
now what was an Astro Snap? That's another one I have my sub cool here. I can't remember what the hell was in
What is it?
Astro Snap.
Astro Snap. I remember that was supposed to be a really good one.
I just don't even remember what was in it. Hold on.
I don't. Oh, maybe if you look on Seed Finder, you'll find that.
Snap. Uh, yeah, Seed Finder EU. Astro. Here. Uh, Here you can find all the info about Astro Snap. Like, sub cool.
Girl Scout cookies. Cross with Frisco Snap. Just scroll down a tiny bit.
Oh,
Girl Scout cookie, Els Angels OG. Cross with
Deadhead
Deadhead
OG.
OG.
Okay.
Oh, that
Oh,
must be something that look pretty good too. The Girl Scout cookies hybrid make everything look good.
yeah, that's
It's
true.
not necessarily good, but it look
It doesn't bring a lot to the equation except for look.
yeah, it look good. It
Yeah,
make a nice flower formation.
interesting. Interesting.
That
Yeah,
should be good.
that could be good. I don't think it's a natural cross for that stuff, but that might even be more interesting just to reproduce that, may take that to F2 two, and then see what comes out of that with a bunch more seeds.
Yeah, that was
Um,
my idea by telling you about those seeds, putting it together, because you know you got some stuff that will need to be refreshed, because
oh,
you'll
absolutely.
want to go grow that again at one point, and you know that you won't be able to keep every fucking clone alive, so you need fresh seeds.
You need seeds, man. You need seeds.
You always need fresh seeds. Every 10 years we should go into our collection and grow the oldest one, or at least give it to someone that can grow them.
This is true. This is true.
That's what I decided to do. Since I'm not growing, I share with people that can grow and are legally
Dump all
allowed
your
to
ones on me,
grow
man.
them. Sorry?
Just dump all your seeds on me.
Yeah, dump everything. Oh, you could get more than that, but I think you should get enough to go
That's
through.
plenty. That's plenty. I got plenty. Got plenty.
Yeah, the last time the seeds with the Friesland and everything, you've not passed it through those.
I've not passed through those. I've not. Those have not arrived. Those never came. And I got a bunch of I got a bunch of new stuff here that I haven't even touched. Like here, this is one of the new scents from Ethos. It was Candy Store 38 times Endgame 3, SOG S1, Johnny Dang R1, which is the Rankle times the Marshmallow times Paul Wallow Fino, Marshmallow OG S1, Cherry Pie S1, Sour Candy, um, Lemon Cherry Pie, Sour G Marshmallow OG, Slugger, which is Crescendo times Marshmallow OG, a lot of Marshmallow OG.
Hey, it looked
Just
nice, man. That marshmallow OG, I've looked at some picture
you seen
online
it?
on it. Yeah.
Shish Caberry times Tahoe OG, Skittles times Tahoe OG, OG Kush
Sh-
RBX.
Dude, Shishkabari Tao OG, look fire.
That
Ashish as fuck, man.
that'd be a good
I
one.
would I would grow that shit anytime.
That
Make some ash
one
with it.
sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
Then,
Shishkabari Tao.
then this one I got Skunk Hero times Oaksterdam OG, NYCD times Endgame 3, AK-47 times Skunk Hero, Melon Baller times Endgame, Oreos times Sweet OG, NYCD, and Purple Cookies. Then Pluto Cookies. And I just got so many fucking pieces. Um, the Big D Energy, GMO cookies, Runts S1, blueberry cookies, Mac and Jack, cotton candy cookies, crushed velvet, insane in the membrane, lemonberry candy OG, Upaya, sweet grapes, sweet child, um, diesel rose, purple skittles, jack hair times lilac diesel, peach crescendo times temple kush. Yeah, I have insane amounts of seeds to go through just to go through here. But you're right though. I do have to start with some of the older ones. Some of my African strains, the last fucking couple times, they just do that crack, pop, show the tail, and then stop, and that's always a big disappointment. So I'm gonna have to sprout some seeds prior to them, sprout them in, try sprouting them in. If not, I'll have to use some call it um, that acid.
Gibberellic acid.
Gibberellic acid. Gibberellic
You
acid.
want? I cannot get it.
You can't get it? Why not?
I tried to buy some, and they are under pesticide and fungicide regulation.
Somehow I got some through the cracks. I've had mine for a while, but like I
Okay,
have.
so I'll tell you that GA3 and Etefan,
Yeah,
it's two
it'll.
things that are hard to get in Canada, but like Chris in Thailand, you can order that anytime.
Yeah, I
And
somehow I
that's
got it here.
the stupid part with Etefan. It's that it's only to reverse the mail, and it got no commercial application to it. It's simply to test genetic and see what we can do with it. But from what the research that I've read that some people have been able to establish is that it doesn't really work that much to play on that side, but that's really interesting to like to put some result on
I
what you
I
do, how it happened, put more data on it. Because the lack of data, it's not something that we've studied. Reversing mail and testing mail on that way. Can because on paper and technically what some people have been able to do from what I've read is that they were reversing a mail
yeah,
and planting the seeds of that mail that have been crossed on itself. Okay, but they did it with different clone. So they reversed one clone and really making seeds. They say that the flower are not as stiff and chunky than the female version, but it still produced seeds. And some of the seeds were sterile, and some of the seeds were giving male or female flower.
hmm,
So they were regular population. So the same male cell cell was giving regular population. So the idea was to grow those regular population and, and interbred them to make a regular line from only one male
that's
and
cool.
see what you can find in it. Because each male you're gonna find something different depending on the genetic and the odd of what that plant is doing. But that's really an interesting thing to put some data on it. I don't know what some other breeder would say on that, but I've always been interested in selfing my best male
It would
and
be interesting, I suppose.
putting some, you know, if you can look at the chemovar of the plant, what what's different the chemo like the chemo data that you can get on it on a population of a self-fed male versus that male in that population that you've took it from. So yeah, just think that we're thinking about when reading on research. There's a lot more research and preservation to be done than that have been done now, but yeah, I just hope that the people that have the ability to do it will do it.
Yeah,
Just continue the work. Because that's pretty much a collective work that we're doing. There's some genetic that have never been on the market, and they are still shared between people, and that's those genetic that we need to put forward and say to the people, you got some heirloom seeds that some of them are not stable, but those seeds need to be researched. There's some research that need to be done on those seeds. No more about them. Like some of those seeds are from breed that the original population is gone. So we need to know more about that before that population is gone too. All the outdoor strain that we used to grow in my province, most of them now are gone. People are not growing them since the legalization.
This is true.
So something has to be done.
We're working on. Yeah. What else is new and exciting? Anything to
I
find?
tried to get Agnes to join us, but if not join us, he was finding it funny when I've sent him the invite. Do you know that what he told me about the last time?
No, no.
He took so much aerosol that normally he's pass out with it,
Yeah,
and I was giving him a hard time with the machine that he had just
yeah.
buy. You remember that one?
I remember
Man,
exactly.
I was like, oh, my head hurt, man. You fucked up, man. What you doing? Like
he's
he
just
was doing
he's
confusing
just
stuff.
trying to show us how to use the machine. That's hilarious. That's
Yeah,
funny.
that was hilarious.
That's awesome.
So yeah, he told me that I gave him a hard time about it.
But we're sorry we gave you a hard time, Agnes. We
I
apologize.
was giving him a hard time, but you were there laughing your ass and you've never said anything opposing
Oh
to
my
what I was
goodness.
saying.
Oh,
So you're guilty by association.
well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my part.
We gave him too much hard time for someone that had took too much RSO. But I'm sorry, though. I'm not the one that took it, so I don't know how stoned you can be. And I'm sorry if I'm giving you a hard time for how stoned you are, but you were pretty stoned.
Good work. Good work.
Yeah, that LA Confidential one time I had made some fresh frozen from it. Um, it was a really tasty one, but it's dreamy. Um, I smoked a big joint of fresh frozen, and then I was playing a video game,
Yeah.
shooting stuff and whatever. So after a map, I decided to roll another one. Dude, I've green out on that other one. I
No
was
way.
halfway through the second joint, being like, "Oof, I need to take 15 minutes. I'm not playing anymore." Uh, like, it was too much. Like the first joint, everything was good, but you know when you're like, "Oh, I'm stoned, but I can't take more." You think you can take more, but physically your body tell you that you're good for now. Wait an hour between your joint and you'll be good. Mostly with fresh frozen of Elegant Central, that can be pretty good. Uh, the only reason why people were not growing it is that the low yield. You need to grow the plant for at least 2 months from seeds or from clone to get a good plant from it. So if you can get a bunch of plant prepared, aged well enough, and put in flower at 3 months, 4 months, something like that. You'd get some good ones, but it's never a big yield. You can get maybe a pound in a cardio by table maximum. If you get a pound by table, it's very good.
That's pretty good. Yeah. 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 Pound
The
per.
critical Kush it was 3 pound by table. 2.5, 3 pound was pretty much
A
you
four
were,
by
you were
eight
able
table.
to push the 3 pound with it. So that I don't remember many strains that were really super good short vegging time and good yield that wasn't 70 days flowering or something like that. Like that M39, I would grow some of it again, just because it had you were able to flip a plant pretty quick and get a good yield from it. So it's a really short flowering, really dense bud. So you cross cookies with M39, right? It
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
the most trashy weed ever, but the bud would be super pretty, super easy to grow. I mean, it would be really an easy plant to grow, really, really fun to grow. But to smoke,
Yeah. Probably wouldn't be so good.
maybe not the
Although,
best high,
no, you
but
never know. Maybe it would be. So maybe it would
maybe
be.
that would be nice. We don't know, man.
Maybe it might unlock something that you were missing. You never know.
You cross something the nine with Chemdog, maybe you should get something better. Or Rumeland. Rumeland with M39, it should be better. Yeah, I would smoke a M39 Rumeland.
And the nicest Romulan I've seen in a long time was that stuff that Infamous was showing us. That Romulan he grew. That was beautiful. I don't know if you remember. That was one of the early shows. One of the first shows we ever did with him. He showed some.
Did
He
you
showed
add news
some.
of your friend from Next Generation?
I haven't heard anything from him. I haven't. I should reach out to them. I haven't. I haven't heard anything from those guys in a
I've
while.
seen he was posting stuff of the seeds from the dynamite on Instagram the other day.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I didn't even see that. No.
Yeah, man, I wish I could grow the Avalon. Avalon is the one that I would like to get on the Romulan. But the Avalon was the stuff for outdoor. It was his Afghani Kush cross with bubblegum. No, with blueberry. Sorry. So that's a blueberry Afghani ash plant. What are you looking for?
I'm looking, trying to find his Instagram. I don't.
So the Friesland, it's one of them that you should put on your list, man.
Priestland. Yeah,
Yeah, I gave you seeds of that.
maybe in the was that in the ones that were sealed up? Those are the cardboard ones that were sealed up, like taped over.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I don't.
all
I'm not sure
tape.
which. I never. I still haven't opened those ones. It's so hard to get
Uh,
into. You make it
I
too hard.
tried to get picture of that, but I'm not sure. I don't have my glasses right now, so it's hard to tell which one it is. But anyway, the Friesland was just an hybrid of it, so it's not the pure Friesland, but you have the taste and the effect of it. It was there. That's one to make fresh frozen with. Are you making fresh frozen on Snow?
I haven't been, but I should. I should. I was gonna try to. I was gonna try to do some. I was gonna try to do like a live hash, just where I put the bunch of the weed outside, some of that whiskier stuff, into the cold to let it get cold enough that it'll break off, without drying it. But I don't know if I'll have any time
Yeah, that's the fresh frozen I'm making.
and do it like that. Just put it through the. I don't know.
Well,
Either
I
put
use
it.
it to harvest and put it straight in the freezer, bucket and straight in the freezer, and maybe 2 days after I'm making fresh frozen.
That'd be choice. That'd be choice. I haven't. Yeah, I haven't figured out.
That's what I was doing for most of my plant. I was just trimming the top bud and that's it. So every time that people were like, "Oh, do you have any bud to share?" I'm like, "I don't have much bud to share because I've made most of it in fresh frozen." To me, the goal was to get the nicest the nicest produce that I can conserve for the longest time, and making fresh frozen and keeping it in the freezer, not dry,
Yep, yep.
was keeping. I was able to keep strain for a long time. So
Oh,
when
you
you make
did.
some
Almost
breeding and you want
indefinitely.
to, yeah, when you make some breeding and you want to remember what was the smell exactly fresh of that pheno that you were after, you were able to go back in your pile of ash and being like, oh yeah, that one is the pheno I was after. The texture of the ash, it's like that. So you make a test crop with shaking in a small mason jar, like 1 liter mason jar, and you make some fresh frozen in it to test it, and you can see pretty much pretty quick like how similar your phenotype is from what it was, because physically it can look the same, but it doesn't mean that the ash is the same, the smell is the same, and everything like that. Mostly when you make reproduction of something, you want to be the closest to the ancestor that you were loving back then.
Yep, yep. Oh, man, lost on Day Generation fucking webpage.
Yeah,
I like his
you c-
fucking. I like his growing. I wish I should reach out to him again and get him back on
sorry
this.
I've not heard you.
Oh, Jay from Next Generation. I should reach out to him again and get him back on the show again. He was good. He was a really
Yeah,
good guest. He was a good
you
guest.
should. I wish I could grow some again, but you can get some of his Avalon.
It's true.
Avalon is one. He had a couple cross with G-Pot. Was
His
it
his.
Jiffy Pot? Um,
I don't know. I'm looking at his. I'm
anyway, he
looking.
had some Bruce Banner crosses.
I'm looking
Anyway,
at his purple. I'm looking at his purple Romulan right now, which is
The purple
binary
Romulan, yeah, yeah.
times the Romulan. That looks friggin' beautiful. That's completely outside. That's not
Is
nothing
that
but
the purple pineberry?
here. I'll show you. Let me put it up.
Yeah, I think it's the purple pineberry cross with the
Yeah,
Romulan.
yeah, yeah. Where we at? Here. Oh, go.
Yeah, since the last time that we've got on the show, I've smoked some Zhangi ashes from.
Oh yeah. How was that?
It was okay. I like it, the effect. I like the stuff that are more up high, more sativa, I would say, and it was perfect for that. So that's the purple Romulan.
That's
That's
yeah. That's his
Zhangi.
beautiful. Yeah. That's his purple Romulan.
That's as
Smells
leafy
like
than the Leo can be.
he says it smells like grape Jolly Rancher.
Oh, that could be good with the strain from Chad Westport.
Yeah, yeah. Or even crossed with Skittles, or even any one of those. Skittles, gelato, any of those. It's crossed with that.
Anything that doesn't have 2 tons of leaf like that, man, come on. It's too leafy.
That's a lot of trimming. You're not wrong.
It's way too leafy for me.
Whatever. It washes. Great for fucking. See, that's great for making fucking chatter or whatever with fucking running through the closed system. Yeah, I like Jay. Jay was
But
Jay's solid.
look at this, the best strain that some of my friends have grown from him, and he told us when he came here that on the show that it was his most therapy strain was the grapefruit diesel.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
My friend was like, dude, it smells super strong and citrusy, gray, orange. He was saying it was like orange, like an orange punch or something like that.
That's that's this one is blue dynamite.
Blue Dynamite is another one that I wish I could grow. Yeah, yeah, Blue Dynamite. Yeah, that's the one good one.
Mm.
You see, that's maybe what happened on your plant, the leaf like that.
Well, that's what. Yeah, but is that also hop latent virus? Pretty rampant.
That's his lady sativa, some Latina sativa.
Latina
It, I like the top. It's like a microphone top.
sativa. Is that not what Mighty Might look like?
Mighty Might? No.
Yeah, I thought that's what Mighty Might look like. Picture.
Well, a tiny bit like the popcorn kind of thing on the top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the top can be a bit like the Mighty Might, but the rest of the bud, no. Like the Mighty Might is not columnar like that. It's one top central bud, but more bushy.
Another blue dynamite.
That's one of the good breeder we have in Canada.
Yeah, I would say one of our top ones for sure. I would say one of our absolute top ones.
I think it's that one, right? Uh, that picture, Romulan cross with Fran Almag.
I, I don't remember that one. That must be a new one.
I think it's one of those German breed or something like that.
Okay, says you liked it.
Yeah, he got some new clone that he's working with. I don't remember what they are from, but yeah, Grape Skunk. That's an old one.
But he said it must be 12, 13 years old. Blue dynamite, time warp, and great.
At least with this seed, you got some of the strain that you can grow outdoor and they'll give you good result. Try and true.
Yeah, yeah.
But the I think it's dynamite with blueberry
Yeah.
that one of my friend was growing. It had those big empty spit stalk that when you were making clone, it was giving you a hard time. I don't know if you ever had that.
Yeah, yeah.
They were still rooting well, but they were having really empty stem.
Mm.
If you pinch the stem, it was going all crunchy or whatever. That's his seed in Argentina.
I think so, yeah. I see dropping Santiago, Chile. Next generation.
Yeah, we should go there, man. Go in Argentina smoking some weed. Look at that. A nice boot. Yeah, I wish I had the money to buy those seeds, but I cannot grow them anyway.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's been a long time. One of my friend had that back then.
Mm.
Yeah, think it's like a 15, 20 pound room.
Yeah. I was never a big fan of those that kind of air cooled lights.
Oh man. It depends on the strain that you're growing.
I guess so. But yeah, it's just I just didn't like I you lost so much just through the fucking glass, so you're better off just having. I used to like having my bulbs hang down from the ceiling.
But you gain 1/3 of the room like that.
Yeah, true. Oh, nice smell.
That's a purple pineberry. I remember those pictures from
Yeah,
back then in the old website. That was the guerrilla grow back then. You see, all start from seeds. The plant are pretty short.
yeah,
That's how we use it to grow back then. Shorter plant, more seeds, nice ash.
yeah.
Look at that. That blue dynamite.
Blue dynamite. It's his favorite one to photograph for sure.
Yeah, right. Dog Millionaire. Look at that. Blue dynamite. But the Dog Millionaire, it was looking like really a carpet of trichome, like crazy. Blue dynamite. It looked really crazy. Yeah, really nice structure plan.
Yes, yes. Yep. Yeah, no, they do.
So empty your wallet, it's there.
Yeah, he does good work. That's for sure. He grows good seeds.
Yeah, when people say the weed back then was stronger, not stronger than today, I would say it's stupid to say that.
No, it was different though. It had more character to it. It had more
The average quality it's higher,
higher now for sure. But
but there was still a lot of good weed back then that it's still the same good weed today.
yeah, there's a lot. There was a lot. I think there was a lot more variety back then.
Yeah, that's just what I always say, man, that we should get more variety and keeping them apart. It's nice to make hybrid. I use it to make a lot of hybrid, but every time that I was able to, I was making more seeds per of that strain. But
That's true.
sometimes it's too hard. Sometimes you don't have enough plant and you don't have the phenotype that is similar to what you found, and you
That's right.
you think that you'll be able to get back seeds of it, and you're not able. Like when I had the Liquid Potential, I've tried to get back seeds of the regular seeds, and I was not able to get back seeds of the regular seeds, so I've crossed it with the bubble gum back then to at least be able to not hide too much the taste of the Liquid Potential. The bubble gum was just a complement to it, but still be able to grow again that elegant financial type. But the real best elegant financial, it's hard to get to find because it's a really dense bud, slow growing, and it like to be treated like a desert plant. You don't water it too much when it's in full flowering, and you need to defoliate a couple times to get a better yield from it and better branching. Yeah, I think the ash plant back then was a better strain. If I could grow again the ash plant that I was growing as a younger guy, I think
Yeah,
I would make a better hybrid. I had a ash
same
plant
here.
cross with skunk haze that was pretty
Mm.
good.
I had a hash plant. It was just a hash plant 13, and it came from BC, and fucking it was a phenomenal cut. But like I had all these other seeds that I wanted to try, so I just like I didn't even I just used it for the one grow, didn't fucking clone it, didn't hang on to it, and I've like regretted and missed it ever since. I spent
Yeah,
a, I spent a whole bunch of time fucking
yeah, ash
wishing
plant
I had
was good.
yeah, wishing I had that back. I could probably if I really wanted to, I could probably track it down. But I don't know. As with most of those things, it ends up just being a
But with
nostalgic time and place. And
the per ash plant, my friend had trouble to get high THC plant in it. He did not have trouble to get super frosty and chubby structure and everything like that, but he had trouble to get high THC. Some of them were giving you no buzz,
ICBD, yeah,
no buzz at all. And I guess they were ICBD, but we did not have any mean to test it. But they were super frosty. They were looking exactly the same than if they were having buzz. But no. So one of my friend had started to make ash with this plant that were like that, and he trashed the clone from it and everything. At one point, I was low on weed, and I go to see him, and he gave me a piece of that. I can tell you, man, I was pretty high from it because I did not smoke it from like maybe a week or something like that. I was like, dude, I need to smoke something. Give me anything you got. So he gave me that, and he was like, maybe since you got low tolerance, maybe you'll get an effect. I've got an effect from it, but not like if I had smoked as really high THC stuff, whatever. But I still had a kind of clear-headed buzz from it, but more relaxing. It's just like more physical, like you feel relaxed and
Yeah.
calm. But that's pretty much everything that it gives you. But that was the ash plant. But some of the phenotype was giving you pretty high, man. I remember being pretty high on that ash plant. Some were pretty kind of bluish gray. I remember that some pheno were kind of bluish gray. The
Right.
trichome of it.
Yeah.
I think it's the northern light that was making it bluish, because the other strain that remember that it was always kind of bluish was the everything with A's. Everything with A's has a kind of blue green to it when it was really mature. Not really blue, but it's kind of more blue green than purple green. You know, and the flower were sometimes having pink or purple hue on the pistil, but just speck of it here and there. Yeah, I wish I could get some good eyes at the shop, but pretty much the last time that I've got something decent was at Jangi Ash. They call it Temple Ball
That's
Jangi
pretty good.
Ash. Um,
Pretty good.
but for the price, I would say you may you may be better to grow at home and
Make
make
your own.
yourself some temple balls.
Well, that's always going to be a better buy for that.
Yeah, if you can do it, do it. Because the limit of THC over here is 30%. So anything that you buy, some hashish that you buy, it's always 30% THC. And normally hashish is supposed to be stronger than that.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, one of my friends was saying that it's supposed to be between 30 and was it 70% THC or 60% THC? Anyway, it's kind of double of what the limit of THC is over here. And that's stupid because one of my friend was making me smoke something at one point that was super low THC, and I was fucking high from it. But that was just good ash, like super narcotic ash or black ash. I don't remember what was the strain, but that was one of those early strain, a bit like Mighty Might or something like that. Super ashy black ash. I don't remember the Mighty Might what how was the ash from it, but yeah. I wish that I could grow some of the. You ever grown Mighty Might?
No, I've never grown Mighty Might. No.
No.
No. No. Can't say I have. Can't say I have.
Uh,
I always seen it in the back of High Times and stuff when I was seed shopping, but no,
yeah, well,
never
like
bought it.
I've told you before, I've grown it only one summer. And if I had seeds of it, they've bust me those seeds, but I've been busted after that anyway. But I've grown some hybrid of Mighty Might also, and every time I was growing some hybrid of Mighty Might, they were pretty good. Yeah, it's funny because I don't remember Mighty Might by itself as being super good, but the
Yeah,
hybrid sometimes were pretty good. So
interesting.
that's funny because, like with Friesland, the Friesland normally were not, at least for me, the Friesland Pure was better to me than the hybrid most of the time. But once in a while, you had a really nice hybrid of Friesland. Like one of my friend had the Friesland cross with Californian Orange.
Yeah,
It was denser bud with a kind of orangey smell to it, and with still the Friesland smell.
that's nice.
Yeah, and it was pretty early also. His goal was to get something that he can grow indoor or outdoor and get more denser bud than the Friesland.
Yeah, yeah.
And since he had pretty much 50 days flowering time on the California Orange, he was gaining flowering time because it's like short flowering but trigger late. And the Friesland it's trigger early but it's mid flowering, so it's like a 65 days flowering.
Okay, not too bad.
So
Fairly.
so that was a perfect mix to cross together, right? You you take everything that start to flower early, and from then you stabilize to get the 50-50 like you wanted. Because that's pretty much what you wanted, a 50-50 mix of Friesland with Kelfan and Orange, as long that it's short flowering and early enough in the year. So that's the kind of thing that I remember the Friesland was pretty good. Friesland with Bubbleberry from Samargata was one of the clone that I remember that people were selling flower of it. I was smoking it in the party.
Well, I don't know. You want
Did
to
you
call it
add
here?
any Sagarmata strain back then?
Any story? Who?
Did you add Sagarmata?
No, no, I didn't know. That was Adam Dunn who did that. I
No, that was the guy that was with Adam Dunn and Serious Seeds Simons before
mm,
they go all their way. You know, Celestial Seeds Bank when they were together before. I think it's Celestial Seed Bank.
okay.
No, it's I don't remember what's his name. But anyway, the guy had the Western wine and a couple other things. He had some bubblegum stuff. It was a bubbleberry, blueberry with bubblegum. Uh, he had the Stupor Sonic. I don't remember everything that he got Sagamata. But Sagamata in the 90s, it was pretty good. Early 2000, it was pretty good. And then I don't know what they did, but early 2000 they went to selling crap seeds of the same thing that they use it to get good seeds of. So I don't know. I don't know now what they're selling. At one point, it was hard to get good seeds in a way, unless you had your friend to give you your seeds. The seed company had trouble to get consistent stuff at one point. Yeah. So what's the most consistent seeds that you produce?
Consistent?
Consistent.
Like, what do you mean? All look the same, or all just like grow
Well, that you can
vigorously? Or
rely on the produce at least every time it will be pretty much similar.
well, I mean everything really. I mean, once you get to know the plant, then you just know how many you need to grow to fill the area, right? I don't know. It just depends on the plant. Um, but usually I have about between I like right now I probably have 12, 16 plants somewhere around there. Is all I have.
And do you keep mostly clone of your best plant from the last crop?
Usually, yeah, I usually keep
Yeah.
them. Like what I'll do is I'll keep them for a few runs until I get sick of them or bored of them. Then I'll just phase them out and pop new ones, and then bring a bunch of new ones up. And as soon as something stands out, I'll keep that for a while. And, keep it for about 5 grows, and then toss it all out again and start all over.
One thing that I like to think is you grow like 25, 30 seeds at least of something. Take clone of everything that you've got. Keep that aside. Make your seeds from most of the pheno that look good. Like just right away making seeds with it. And after you smoke it, then you chose which plant that you're keeping. And you already got seeds of it, but all the seeds that you've not selected for, well, maybe grow them and grow the clone that you did not wanted, and grow yourself a crop of that. Just get rid of it, produce it for flour.
Yep.
But you already got seeds of your things, and you already got clone of your things, so you got a cycle of super good bud for the crop after. You already got, selected your stuff, whatever. So by the time that those plants are big enough, you already grown seeds and the clone of the crappy shit. Or at least sometime I think that eating some of your seeds that you've not selected is pretty much the smartest way to make use of them.
It's a great use. It's probably really good for you too. I mean,
Yeah, just germ them.
germ them and put them on a salad.
Yeah, you just germ them and put them on your sandwich.
That'd be pretty
Or
good. That'd be
I
pretty
was
good.
making flatbread with it. The Because I wasn't removing all the. Oh, I got a friend here that said that the link is not working for him. I think I will give it again. We may have someone with us. Green Gas. That's a guy on Instagram that I've met.
Yeah.
That's a cool guy. We'll see if he can join. Are you knockout? Yes.
I knocked out. I'm getting there. I'm tired. Tired.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know if your
We'll
buddy
see if
doesn't
you're
show up.
gonna come or not.
He doesn't show up pretty soon. We'll close it off.
Sorry?
But
What you say?
if he doesn't show up pretty soon, we'll close it off. I don't know,
Alright.
but that's C3 looks at the C3 looks interesting, but I think I'm gonna do the LA Confidential times the bubblegum is I think what I'll be cracking next. And then I'll probably at the same time I'm doing that. Although maybe I should do the C3 and do the Jack the Ripper and the Chernobyl I have.
Yeah.
Put those together and
Yeah, I think you should go on the Chernobyl with the Jack the Ripper. We tried to do that, but all the Jack the Ripper that we found were arm or twisted weird stuff, and the effect was raw paranoid. So we found that the Chernobyl was more gentle on the mind.
the yeah, the weird thing about the Jack the Ripper is that tried to start a few seeds of that a few times, and every single time that I've started like 2 3 seeds from that pack, and it's all been just males. Like so now
Well,
I'm
if you
worried.
got males all the time like that, you
Yeah,
should grow the C3 with the C2F2 and
mm,
get yourself a couple of good female of it, and then cross any fucking male of the Jack the Ripper with that.
yeah, true.
So you'll
And
still get a bicross.
get a back cross and cross it with a couple Jack the Ripper females with the Jack the Ripper
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. I think you can. That's the good thing, and you got a bunch of those C3 with the C2F2.
Yeah, I do.
So
I do.
you can dig in it and dig deep. You just seen the messages. I don't know if it's working or not. Oh, DB, there you go. Hello, hello. You heard us?
Hello. Can you see me?
Yeah, I see a big purple D.
Let me see if I can turn my video on. There we go. There.
There you go. Hey,
How are
now
you?
we can see you.
Yeah. How's it going?
Going good, going good. We were talking about the seeds we wish to grow, but next time.
Ah,
Some
very
early
cool.
confidential bubble gum. Some. What's the other thing we're talking about? I just. I don't remember. Do you remember, Wes? What's the other turn you were talking about? Oh, the Jack the Ripper.
Oh, Jack the Ripper. I've
Yeah,
got
cause,
yeah,
cause
great
I've did work
great
on the
series.
Chernobyl,
Yeah.
so I gave him some seeds of the Chernobyl I did a long time ago, and he
Chernobyl.
still
Chernobyl.
he
Yeah.
yeah he still have seeds of the Jack the Ripper. So I said, if you take any male of the Jack the Ripper and you cross it with the good of the reproduction of the Chernobyl I got, you technically got a backcross of the Jack the Ripper on the Jack the Ripper. Because the Chernobyl is Jack the Ripper cross with pur-
Killer Queen. Killer Queen.
no, it's
Space
the
Queen.
train
Space
wreck,
Queen.
purple
Space
wreck.
Queen. Space
No,
Queen.
blood wreck, blood wreck
Oh,
cross with Jack the Ripper
I have it's
of
flower from
Chernobyl.
I have flower from two different subcool crosses. I've got Jack Skellington,
Oh yeah,
fantastic, incredible flower. And then I have Cheesequake crossed to Bloodberries. It's out of this world too.
nice.
So,
Yeah,
have you made more seeds of your old seeds of Subku?
not me, but my buddy down the road, my partner who grows down the road. He did. He made all this weed. This is his weed. He's made
Okay,
seeds. He has Jack Skellington crossed to DC or AJ. He's got blueberry crossed to Jack Skellington. That's incredible. Yeah.
because
Look at
like
my
the
feed. You'll see it
Chernobyl,
in my feed. Yeah. Sorry.
when I was
But
growing the Chernobyl, I've made it to the F3,
yeah.
and when I was in the F2, some of the Chernobyl was smoking like a Kush, and some of them were smoking
Oh.
like a A's. So I've I've crossed some of them that were more citrusy and A's effect together,
Ah.
and that's what I've made the F3 with.
Oh, cool.
But I've not
Yeah.
shared a lot of the F3. I've shared seeds of that I've used as the parent of the F3, but I've not shared seeds of the F3 that much. The reason is that I was thinking to make more of the same cross, but I've realized that growing was no longer for me.
Oh.
Yeah, regulation, it was too,
Uh.
the regulation and the threat of people was too much for me.
Yeah, because you live
People
in
like
France.
are
Do you live in
excited that you
France?
grew. Sorry?
Sorry, you live in France or somewhere?
No, in Quebec.
Oh, Quebec. Yeah, that's right.
And we can grow if we have a medical permit.
Ah.
Yeah, there's no homegrown Quebec
Yeah,
without a permit.
no recreational ground.
Nice.
So since I don't own the property, I cannot grow.
Yeah. Well, I've got quite a few phenos going now, and I've got some more that I'm going to be dropping. But next project I'm doing is called the wheelchair. So that
Yeah,
was
the
a
wheelchair, that's the old Northern Light line, right?
it's an old Hindu line. So it's purple Hindu Kush from 1981, Humboldt County. He got it from there. You know, back then they didn't really know more than that. You know, they were getting it from the surfers and the bikers, right? The brother, whatever brotherly love, right? They were getting it from all over.
Brother
So
of Brotherhood
yeah,
of Eternal Love.
yes, that's where he got the seeds from somebody like that in
We
northern.
got seeds from that group.
Well, he got them from somebody in Humboldt County. I'm guessing they came
No,
from that
but
group.
we got seeds that the
And then
that's
it's
it.
crossed to.
When we look at the origin, they've passed by that group. The Theo, uh, I was the seeds from Coot. I think they passed by the Brotherhood, right?
I think so. I think so. But so the purple Hindu Kush, he crossed to an ancient Hindu Kush in '83, and that made the wheelchair. So it's an F1. And then he crossed that. He went over to Amsterdam and he got NL5 from Neville, whatever iteration Neville gave him, I don't know. But it was late. It was later, or was it
So
earlier?
maybe it was the back cross of the NL5.
I think it was a back cross the NL5. I do because Neville was always back crossing, right? He had been a dog breeder, a snake breeder, or something. He knew how to breed, so he was an NL5. So I have an NL5 cross right now growing. It's vegging over there. I have two of them, and then I have two OGs that he also got from Neville. So he got a OG Kush and a NL5 seeds from Neville. He crossed those to the wheelchair. So I have the three. I only have the NL5 and the OG Kush running right now. I just wanted to see how they would run, and I ran them with a bunch of other plants.
Did you add
So
the Northern Light cross with Chemo?
I have a Chemo 13 cross to what do I have a cross to? M39, but
Oh,
I
you
don't.
have the Chemo M39.
Yeah, chemo 13 to M39. It's right. It's over here actually. I have it right here. It's a. That's what it says. Yeah, that's what it says on the pack. So
That's skanky.
it's very skunky. Yes, the M39 is very. It's a nice plant when you get a nice one. Yeah.
But the Chemo is the skankiest thing in the
Oh, is it?
cross.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I've heard about it.
the Chemo was a good one.
Yeah, I just got it over
Short
here.
flowering also, it's like 50, 65 days.
Oh wow, that's fast. Holy shit. That's only what? I can't do math
50,
right now. 8 weeks,
yeah,
nine
the
weeks, 9 weeks, right? 9 weeks?
8 to 9 weeks.
Yes. I also have the Willie's Mistress, which is Blue Dream crossed the Willie's Wonder F5 that I'm going to run. That's a
William
nice plant.
Wonder, I would like to try that at one point. I've only
Yes.
tried a hybrid of it.
It's beautiful. I also have a Williams Wonder to M39 as well.
Oh yeah,
And then I have,
more productive.
yep, and then I have just the Willie's. Oh, I forgot I had just the Willie's Mistress. Nice. And then I have
What's the
the
mistress?
I have just the Mistress, yeah. And then I have Crippleberry Cross the Williams Wonder too. I got them all from a guy from Canada, but
Hat seeds.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out Shot seeds.
Shout out to Willie from
Yeah,
Hat. Yep, he's got
thanks
some good
to
weed.
preserve old stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out to him for sure. Yeah, man. I used to be on his team, but I like to run solo. He likes to run the other way, and I don't do that. So I I don't
Yeah,
let
no.
you know what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're friendly. I have no issue with him, but you know how that goes.
I I just wonder, man, why Agnes doesn't jump in. I've
What's
seen
that?
him in the chat.
Who's that?
Agnes is in the chat, but he's not jumping.
Oh, Agnes? No, I don't know who that is.
Agnes
Sorry.
is one of our buddy from Ontario.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I've got yeah, I love growing weed. So I'm excited to grow this project, right? I have a lot of I'm trying to find also trying to make the I'm going to try to make try to find a sour diesel. I've got a
But why
10
don't you try something from Dominion Seed Bank?
I've got a Dominion Cross. I do have one. But I'm waiting I haven't ran it yet. I've got to run it.
Oh, you need
Dominion,
to grow those seeds, man. Dominion Seed Bank, they have fire.
I believe you. Isn't that yeah, that's
Duke
Dominion.
Diamond.
He was Duke Diamond. He was in prison. Didn't he go to prison for some things? Yeah.
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 Yeah, he went to prison for something else than cannabis.
Oh, got you. Oh, okay.
Some other charge.
Oh, another charge.
Cross the
Gun?
state,
Yeah, I
cross the
think it was
state line
about gun.
with a gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So I
don't
didn't
care.
meet. No, I don't
I,
care either. Yeah.
I did say some stupid stuff on his server the other time and he kicked me out.
Oh
But
no.
I still like that guy. It's
Yeah.
okay. Even if he would kick my ass, I guess, whatever he say. But
You
I'll
guys
take
wanna?
it with a laugh. I'll take it with a laugh because
Yeah.
I would I would truly never go in a party of weed to slap someone. Okay, I
Right.
want to be clear with anyone to think anything else than with the truth. It's that I don't go to event because I'm broke,
Yeah.
and I won't go to an event if I'm broke to kick ass to someone. Because I
Right.
don't go to events. It will be a bad memory first to go to somewhere where I could get a good memory and just fucked it up, right?
Right.
So that's my logic.
Yep. Yep. This is a sour diesel cross. It's not doing the greatest, but this one's having a hard time. But these are all little new ones, right? Some this is this actually is Freedom Fighter from Subcool. Freedom Fighter, I made a cross of that to a Chem
What was
Snacks.
Freedom Fighter? I don't
Uh
remember that cross.
I have to check it out. I couldn't tell you exactly right now. I don't. Sorry. I. It's like it's definitely like I think it's Killer Queen cross to something else. It's really, Subcool. He kept them good. I'll have to check it out and I'll let you know here. I'll have to look it up. But here's that Northern Lights wheelchair, Northern Lights 5 to wheelchair. Our little friend there cleaning up the mites. But yeah, you can kind of see that NL5. See how nice internodes. Nice plant, you know. So
The
it's coming
problem
along.
with Northern Light is that not all the Northern Light have a good taste.
Yeah,
Some of them are just lacking in taste.
yeah, yeah. I'm just a lot of veg, a lot of vegging. I gotta flip these. A little overgrown at the moment, but good problem to have. Yeah,
Yeah, right. It's always better to get more than less.
yeah. And then I've got some in flour, and they didn't. I'm learning how to use these. I have to set up a hydro system, so I've been a little slow to set it up. But these are in 1 gallons, just bottom chugging, just filling them from the bottom. So these didn't do the greatest. They got a little too close to the light, but they're almost done. They're okay. I did all right.
The 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 camera is not clear. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When it look at you, it's clear. Do you have a filter?
I don't think I do. Let me see.
Maybe you have
Oh,
a
I do.
filter.
I do have one. Yes, sorry. I just took it off. There we go.
Oh, now we see. All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, you got a nice carpet of bud right there.
Yeah, thank you. They're just finishing up a couple of days more and they're, you know. This is this is
That's nice.
that thank you. This is that blueberry cross to Jack Skellington. See how thick that mama is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice 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 bud on this one, you know.
Dice Skellington was a good cross of Subcool, right?
Oh yeah. Yes, it was. Yes. Sorry, I'm always picking uh, it'll be all right. I don't worry much about the dead leaves as much as other people. They get too freaked out, I think, about it. It does take from the plant a little bit, but not that much. You know what I mean?
They
You can
don't
live in
take from the plant when the plant just shell them.
exactly. Yes.
They
Yeah. See,
just
these are
cover the
almost done
plant
too.
and you want to clean it to get
Right.
cleaner
Yes.
result, whatever.
You got it. Yeah. These are looking okay. I you know just enough to for headspace, but I'm gonna be going to 3 gallons. These ones right here. See these 3 gallons here, and then I'm gonna be doing these drip hydro. If you're familiar with this.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know
Yep.
those.
Yep. And I'm setting up the system. I'm learning how to set it up now. So, you know,
Yeah, well, I found that the plant are getting bigger when you flip them in flower with the smaller plant get bigger with the good regular watering like that.
oh, yeah, with the drip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever grow with drip system with?
Oh,
Not a drip. Wick I have.
I was growing with two dripper in a pot in a 1 gallon or 2 gallon pot. Normally was 2 gallon I was using, or
yeah.
half gallon.
How
Sometimes
did it
was
go?
half a gallon. Half a gallon self green and two dripper by plant.
Yeah. So I just put this together tonight, that this kind of a thing. So I ordered all my
Yeah,
parts. So
to put your pipe at the right place and everything.
yeah, I've never done it before. I've never designed a dripper system, so I was
Well,
kind of nervous, you know.
okay, when you set your dripper, put a pot that can contain your dripper. When with the small dripper that I had, it was easier. I just put it in a mason jar of 1 liter, and I just not exactly 15 minutes watering. How
Yeah,
much, how much I got from each dripper.
yeah,
So you sometimes you want to get some valve at each row and to close one row and being able to adjust the pressure of one row or
one
another.
row. Yeah, to know how much you are flowing. Yeah, sure. To know how much water you're going through every.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I had my pipe, my feeding pipe that was going from the middle, and I had a pipe from the middle to the exit like that, and then going to the others.
Ah,
So I had nothing there, and then it was going to the other pipe,
yeah, to the
splitting. So I had a
splitting off of
T.
the other pipes.
Yeah, I had a T, and it was splitting in the T before it get
Hmm.
any tube on it. And just with that, I was getting better pressure. So sometimes you can it depend on your setting, how you are and where you are, whatever. Sometimes you need to put the piping differently than what I've put. But I remember that having a kind of close H, you, you gotta get like a 8. So if I can say, if you get an 8, it's gonna be better. A square 8 gonna be better, and you got your feeding line coming from the middle.
Like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna run two lines and then end caps, and then just run the lines right off of that. So
Oh
it
yeah,
gets
yeah. One thing I was doing is two dripper there from one side, two dripper there to the other side, and then always like four together like that.
hmm
And I think it was yeah
yeah, four on one on each line. Yeah, because I have
four.
nine
No,
pots are gonna
but
fit in each line. Yeah,
four hole close together, like one that two holes that go to one side, two holes that go to the other side,
yeah,
and
yep.
you can go like that. But
Alternate, yeah, back and forth, kind of like I did here. Yeah, back. Yeah, see, two,
yeah, but your things
two, three, three.
instead of being side by side, go one and then you got nothing. One you got nothing, and you go the opposite the other side.
I don't know
Like
if I understood that.
if you got diagonal instead of vertical, like that.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
I think
you
so.
start you start one row, you got nothing, and
Oh,
then
you have no
the row
drippers on.
after you start that you got one at the one that the side before that you got nothing.
Okay,
A bit like a check,
so you have
like
one
a
row where you have no holes in it, is what you're saying.
yeah.
No
No, but you
drippers.
know, like a
But then,
chess, like a chessboard.
yes,
So you do your thing the same way. You put it in like a chessboard, and when you put it on the straight way, it look like a line. Like if
I think I get what you mean. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yes, I do.
Because
I
when
think
you're making a row in a field, your plant is not side by side, but it come just in between the one that come the row before.
sure. Hmm.
That's how you get the better density. You can have, I think it's 15% more like that.
Okay.
It's not a big it's not a big difference, but you'll see a bigger difference because the plant morphology will be more full.
Ah,
Because when it's side by side, the plant stop at one point, but when they are one that get something, one that get nothing, the plant get more full on each side.
oh yeah, you mean staggered.
Stagger, staggered. Exactly,
Staggered, yeah, okay. So yeah,
exactly.
that's what you meant chessboard. You meant plant here, plant here,
Yeah,
plant here, plant here, plant versus all in a line.
yeah, exactly.
That's cool. I guess I did not know that. That's cool.
Because when
Uh,
you make an hydroponic board, that's how you can make your veg time longer, but still have a high density.
high density of how many plants could you? Well, then I suppose you can't fit as many plants if you do it
By a
that way.
4x4, normally, what I think it's good, it's 35.
35 plants in a 1 gallon.
2 gallon, if you can. Do
Oh,
it fit in a 2 gallon? I think
I
it
don't.
fit in
That
the
that
2 gallon.
I was gonna say 35 is a
Think,
lot. I think, but
yeah, no, but 35 in the 4x4. And
wow,
I think it's a 2 gallon.
wow, that sounds like a lot of plants in a 4x4. But I was only gonna do 9 in a three
Oh,
gallon.
they are side by side. Really, they are close to each other. They are touching. The pots
That's
are
nice.
touching to each other, all of them. Like just all squeezed
Yeah, but
together. I
like you
think it
said,
was
there.
35.
I was gonna say, I don't know that you'd be able to fit 35 like that
No,
though.
you won't be able to do it that way. But when you start to plant in it, you
Yes.
plant your short flowering staggered like that. You get one short flowering, one longer flowering,
Oh,
one
that's
short
smart.
flowering, one longer flowering.
Sure.
So when the short flowering or get cut, the rest just take the space. That's one of the way that I remember doing.
Hmm. That's
But
interesting. Yeah.
but 35 plant, if you get a bed, it's easier to do than if you got pots.
Gotcha. Cool. That's
But no,
cool.
I would say because 25 you got 1 foot between each plant. 25 it's 1 by 1.
Uh yeah, I'm gonna run 3 gallons though. 3 gallon pots.
Because 4 by 4 is 25 plant.
Yeah.
If you go like a 3 week veg.
Oh, 3 week veg. Oh, that's
Yeah,
fast.
25 is 3 week veg.
I usually do a 6 week veg, but because it's cold
No,
here.
but okay, because that's your problem. First thing, your pots are not too small, but
Okay.
your
Your veg
watering,
time too long.
your veg time is too long for the size of pots that you got.
Ah, okay.
Because at one point you start to get into a catch 22, okay? Because the plant will get uh, exponentially bigger when it get nothing to limit its growth. And
Sure.
the plant fill the size of the pot, so the morphology of the plant will be different because you got a smaller pot, but it will still produce well because you feed it well.
Okay.
So your catch 22 is when I can stop vegging too long and get a better watering so that when my flowering start, I got a better set.
Oh,
Because you want to get your stem to get bigger and get your roots full of your pots. As soon as you got a big enough stem, and how to say that, some strain they need to get a certain size to get big enough. But you could not grow elegant financial in a tight pots with a system like that. Okay? Because it's a
So
slow growing plant. It need
so
a big growing
so
space and it need a long time to veg and all that. So what you
so
want to do is
okay.
to veg about 3 4 weeks
Okay.
after you clone it. I'm talking about clone.
Yeah.
You clone it, veg it 3 4 weeks, and flip it.
Okay.
And your flower weight by area should be exactly the same
But you gotta get more.
than
But you
what
get
you're
more
doing right
flour
now.
because you do them sooner. You do them
But
much quicker.
I just cut you 2 weeks.
Flip. Sorry. What did you?
Flip
Yeah.
at 4 weeks.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, let's
From
say
clone.
that
From
from
clone.
clone,
Yeah.
a rooted clone that got 4 inch rooted. You veg it. You veg that 4 inch clone into a 4 inch. I mean the root medium. Okay, if you got a four
Yeah.
inch
I
rooted,
usually. I usually cut them about 7 inches. So yeah, when I root them, they're about.
but the root mass. If you got a root mass in the 4 inch, you put it in the 2 gallon or 1 gallon. I think it's 1 gallon that you use.
Well, I have a 1 gallon and I have a 3 gallon.
Okay, because the 3 gallon you can get more weight with it.
That's what I'm thinking of using is 9 3 gallons in each 4x4.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
So hold on, I'll show
you'll
you.
be
I'll show you.
able to veg for 4 weeks in it and get a better result.
Yeah. So I'm using these now. See, I'm going to go to these now.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. It's square.
Yeah. So
I
I'll have
like
more
it.
room. Yeah. And do 9 in each 5x5. I have 4x4 in my tub, but in a 5x5,
You
you
know
can.
what I would try it also?
What would you do?
How many you can fit? Just squeeze one from one
Oh, you
close
mean
to
one
each
next
other.
to the other? I
Yeah,
pro- I think probably 20 16 probably.
because if you can get them all close to each other, remove one, like one in the middle, whatever, so that you can move each other easily. So
Right.
that you remove one that you don't plant, but you plant all that, and you veg 2 weeks.
Wow.
When you cover your area like that, you veg
Yeah.
only 2 weeks, and you can try to go on your watering so that your watering is so much on point that at that time you can go on smaller container if you want. But to me, 1 to 3 gallon it's perfect. Mostly in small area like you are, 1 to 3 gallon it's perfect.
Right.
I don't think they use a lot more than 3 gallon in commercial grow, like
Yeah.
with the watering system like that.
Yeah. So that's why I was going to go to the drip. I'm thinking if I do it right with drip, I do a
Yeah,
good
the
with drip.
plant to get way bigger in flower with the drip system.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah. So what can I ask you? What would you? So I'm thinking about. I've I've been using crop salt. I used hydroponic research. That was good, but it's expensive. Then I used crop salt. Didn't like it. It doesn't. I can't adjust for nitrogen. I can't adjust by cultivar. You guys know what I mean. I don't like it. It's not variable enough. So then I started using Jax. Same problem.
Jack the true one. You got too much nitrogen.
Sorry,
You got too much nitrogen.
not enough.
Not enough.
Not. Yeah. So you saw my plants were yellowing. They were premature yellowing most of the time.
But you
They were
you, you were not using Calmag, the
no,
calcium nitrate.
I haven't been using CalMag with it and didn't know I should. I thought I was using. Well, what I was using was I was using dolomitic lime in my cocoa, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. It didn't. It didn't make enough difference. I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
using
not
enough.
enough. You need more nitrogen.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
well, calcium nitrate, it's something that you buy with your Jack 231, and you buy some Epsom salt, and you
ah,
mix your Epsom salt with the calcium nitrate, and you adjust your things with it like a bit like the
so you use
uh
it every time you water. You use CalMag and you used Epsom salts. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Good.
Well,
That's what I.
unless you're in late flower, you drop
Ah.
everything of it.
So you use
But
CalMag.
you
Yeah.
already got enough nitrogen in the Jack 231. It depends on recipe that you've got.
So I was using Jacks. For some I was splitting both. I used two of them to get rid of it. Right. I was
But
using
Jack,
crop salt and Jacks just to.
honestly, Jack 231, if you follow the recipe, you should not be in the bad way. I've seen a lot of people going with that. But another one, I don't. Can you get Green Planet?
I can get Green Planet. Yes. You'd recommend Green Planet?
Yeah,
Green
What
they're
about
Planet's pretty
RT
good. Yeah.
line.
what's that?
RT
Sorry.
line. They have a line for hydroponic and salt, and it will be
Oh,
perfect for your things.
hydro line. Yeah, the hydro line. Do you do you guys
No,
ever?
but I think they call it healthy line. Healthy line.
Oh, healthy line. Healthy line.
Healthy. HORTI.
Oh, Harpy
Hearty
line.
line.
Harty line. Oh, Hardy line. Hardy line. Okay, got it.
I'm not sure if it's that, but it sounds like that if I remember. But
So, what
Bacon
do you
is
guys?
using.
Yeah, bacon. Yeah.
You can ask to Bacon. That's the thing that he was using, and Dr. Fogg was using it in his DWC culture.
Ah, okay.
So
Ask
you
them.
can use it in drip system also.
Have you ever seen? Have you guys ever heard of that Organics Alive? Have you heard of that before?
No, never.
So Organics Alive, they use. No, it's amazing. So they use organic, but what they're doing is they're taking and they're using a knitting process or a carbon microorganism that knits all of it together so it makes the plant doesn't even have to work to take it up because it's like chelated but it's organic, guys. It's crazy. So it's the plant doesn't have to use ATP to take in the nutrients. So Pepe, the plant can use ATP to fight the light, right? It can use it to
Oh, but
process
you
light.
know what you could use that it's already even better
What's that?
than that thing.
What would you use? What would you
Bokashi
use?
Bokashi
Bokashi?
artwork.
Ah, Bokashi.
Yeah,
Bokashi.
put
You,
put this produce with the line that you're using, and you get the result that you were expecting.
putting Bokashi in as well as using Jax, yeah? Yes.
That's what you use right now, Jack?
Oh,
Is that what you
me?
use right
Do
now,
I
the
use?
Jack?
No, I use Jax right now. Yeah, Jax and crop salt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, get the
Get rid of
Bokashi artwork with it.
Bokashi. What's it called? Bokashi what? Artwork?
Bokashi artwork.
Heartwork. I gotcha. Okay, heartwork. Huh, interesting. Yes. So I could put any Bokashi in the cocoa and then.
No, that's you got a line of produce that you should
Oh,
you should look at the Dark Star. He did an interview tonight with him. You should look at it, man. You should Dark Star on YouTube.
Oh,
The
okay.
night he had an interview with Bokeshi Artwork or Brandon Rust.
Oh, Brandon Rust, Bokashi. Yes, Brandon Rust. His line,
Yeah,
Brandon.
look at what he's doing, and
Ah,
you
gotcha.
get way better results, and it will go with your way to grow. It still go well, but you can introduce more biology in your things if you want, and still be efficient.
Yes, I
Cause
use KNF on the spray. I spray KNF on the foliar too. And
okay,
it's really good. You know KNF. I'm sure.
yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and it adds a lot of terps. I use like fish. I use like fish amino acid. I use fr- fruit plant extract. I use or FPJ, fruit plant juice. Is it fermented plant juice? Fermented plant juice or fermented. Yeah, fermented plant juice. I use OHN. Fermented plant juice. I use a wetting agent and I use liquid sulfur, right? Wettable sulfur for
Yeah.
IPM. Yep, and then I also use what else is? Oh, you have to have vinegar with it, so you have to have a vinegar. I use apple cider vinegar, but you can use rice wine vinegar. So anyway, and I also use I also use exoskeleton. I also use what is it? Frass water.
Insect fries, yeah.
Yeah, insect frass. Correct. Yes, and humic acid. So
I got
trying,
dead
you know,
bees that I'm using in my stuff.
dead
It's not
bees.
exactly the same things, but yeah, I use some dead bees.
Oh yeah, you use your exoskeleton, huh? Oh
I
yeah,
use their exoskeleton, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah. So that's something,
But
isn't it?
I'm just doing some worm casting,
Ah, yeah.
so that's why sometimes I use dead bees, and I'm jump starting the thermophilic reaction with it. That's why I use the dead bees,
That's
cause
wild.
it gets some nitrogen in it and some honey still
Oh
in the
wow.
gut.
Ah, that's wild. So you get the sugars. So you get
Yeah,
some sugars. Yeah.
so it ferment and heat up
The
the
root
thing pretty
zone.
fast.
Yeah. It ferments. You said it ferments pretty quickly, does it? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wild. Wild. I did not know that. I was learning today that the pollen in a plant will
Because
jump
when you want to
into
go
the
in
bee.
thermophilic reaction before you start to compost.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've got some my friend has has some bokashi that he makes. So he uses EM1 with his brand. So I was thinking of doing that, you know. That would work
Yeah,
too.
but
But Brandon Russ is better, you said, yeah?
yeah, you got some produce that will give you a better
Results.
noticeable result than just the Bokashi itself.
Oh, you put produce. Yeah, you're saying put the produce in with it like you would.
Yeah, he got different produce, and
Ah, got you.
one of the thing he used some trichoderma and bacillus. I don't
Oh yeah.
remember what's the bacillus, but he can sell you the stuff to inoculate your medium.
Oh, to inoculate the
Um,
medium. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Sorry. Yeah,
and he got some
gotcha.
carbon-based humic acid, so
Yes.
you can get better absorption of
Results.
nutriment with with humic acid.
Oh yeah, humic acid. With the humic acid, yes, 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 yes. Yes, because you also make your soil loosens your soil, doesn't it? Humic acid. It stops it
Well,
for it
it
keeps
it
it loose.
helps your soil to release the nutriment.
Oh,
It make
it
them more bioavailable.
more bioavailable. Okay. Yeah, and then it also helps. Okay, sure, because it I think humic acid is just is actually the liquefied bodies of the exoskeletons of all the microorganisms, isn't it? And
It
all the
can be also that.
mhm. With
It can
carbon
come from that. Because
as well. Yeah,
humic acid, when you got decomposing matter, you got some humic acid. But when you purify the humic acid and include it in your feeding program, it keep everything more available.
it's cool. It's really wild how these things interact, isn't it? How they make slimes and
Yeah.
all this other stuff. It's so.
Do you
Can I
use
ask?
humic
Yeah.
acid in Western Jones?
What's that? Oh,
I ask you if Western John is
Oh,
using.
sorry.
Are you
I'm
using
yawning. Sorry.
humic
that's okay.
acid?
What's that?
If you're using humic acid,
If I'm using a make acid?
humic
Humic acid.
acid.
Oh,
Are you
humic
using
acid.
humic? Yeah.
I do use humic acid, but I just have a big bulk one that I bought at a farm store. It was just a big black bag of it was called Earth
Yeah.
Magic or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that stuff too from Roots. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Hum-
I just had to add a few 2 tablespoons in every couple months to the pots and
Yeah,
stuff.
you got it like at the natural store instead of the
yeah.
feeding store. Okay.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I use this. I've been using this, right? It's water
Oh yeah.
soluble. Yeah, it's good stuff. Basically potash.
okay,
Yeah.
so you're using that. So if you're using that, Bokeshi artwork will be a better quality.
A better quality of that. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Good. Oh yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'm always learning. I want to
but
do the synganic is what I'm looking to do. See?
oh yeah, but honestly, the best produce that you're gonna be able to do, it's a mix of both.
I believe that. I
Oh
believe
yeah.
you. Oh, definitely
Uh,
believe that. Yes.
at least from what I've done, unless you're really on point on your chemical
Salt.
nutriment,
Yeah, yeah.
you can. I don't know. Some people believe in reusing medium or not. I think reusing medium can be good depending on how much natural that you add.
Yes. Yeah, I have a friend of mine who does that. He reuses his cocoa and he adds his bokashi, right? And then he adds,
Well, if you
other
just use
things.
cocoa with dripper and stuff like that, after two, 3 run, your cocoa is gone. But
Yeah, it's
if you're
like
using
roots.
natural,
Yeah.
you use perlite, you can reuse it.
Ah, so if you're using more organic things, you can reuse it. Yeah.
Yeah, but add some perlite a bit when your cocoa
Yeah.
start to be older.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, he reuses. He keeps adding new cocoa. So he adds new cocoa, right? And then he'll add bokashi, and then he adds some of this marine cuisine, on the top as a
Oh
top.
yeah.
Just yeah, sprinkles it on there, and then he'll also use the um, build a soil craft blend. He'll do that alternate between this and that, and then he has 15 years he's had this soil. He's the guy that grew this stuff, yeah. This that grows all the skeleton and all that. Hell of a grower. If you guys look at my feed, you'll see what he grew. He had 3/4 of a pound on one plant, guys, in a 10 gallon. Crazy on a 600-watt light. That was one plant of three in the 3x5. He's killing it, man. It's something.
You know
Yeah.
what it's doing. It
Yes, he
work.
does. Yes. And
Cause
yes, he's
whatever
good.
whatever I'm telling you to do or not,
Yeah.
it's what I'm thinking right now that I could do with it.
Oh,
It
sure.
doesn't mean that you're gonna
It
do the
will.
same thing than
Yeah.
me with the same thing, and you do better. And I'll
Maybe
be honest
worse.
with you, it's been a while
Maybe
that I've
worse.
not had a crop, but the last crop I had, I
Yeah.
was starting to change of growing method, but I wasn't happy with my growing medium.
Ah,
But I still was able to grow some good veggies with it. So
yes,
I've keep it. I've
yes.
so I don't grow weed in it, but I got some veggies once in a
Vegetables.
while that I still use the same thing.
Nice.
But I started to do some worm casting on top of it, and I
Ah,
include the worm casting that I'm producing more and more in my medium. So at
ah.
one point it's gonna be 90% the worm
Worm
casting.
castings. Add some cocoa once in a while, yeah?
No, no, no.
Oh,
What I gonna add will be some compost.
oh, sure.
I'll only because I
Wood,
had a lot of cocoa
yeah.
and I decided that the dripper and all that thing it's done for me, all the chemical fertilizer. So I decided that I will source more input. So it will be only compost and worm casting and
All
stuff
organic.
like that, all organic.
Yeah, so yeah, I've also thought of doing that too, you know. I thought of doing that as well. And I thought of uh
But you
doing
won't
that.
have the same production by area.
Right.
You won't.
Yes. You won't have the same production. Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear that you won't have the. You can get a way better production if you go like
With
with
the dripper.
feeding system and watering well and everything like that. You're
Yeah.
gonna always get better. You Cause you get a shorter veg time to get vigor on your plant.
Yeah.
As soon that your plant are well rooted, you can pump them, make them pump pretty much as much you want, but you need to get the lightning that go with it.
The light, amount of light, yeah.
Yeah,
I've got yeah.
sometimes people keep clone too under too little light. It's good when the clone is rooting to get less light, but as soon that it start to get root, it need to be blasted with light, man.
I use HPS and metal halide. That's why you saw my plants, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blast them, man. I hit them with 600 watts once I want them to grow. You saw the other ones were underneath just little
Yeah,
cobs, and my vegging, my little ones, the real little ones, I want to keep them small because I don't have enough room. You guys saw that. I'm already overgrown.
yeah,
So,
but that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
yeah,
Like you always get
yeah,
a good supply of clone that you get in 4 inch pots, and you can always fill your clone area while you're flowering area. I mean, with
yeah.
those
That's what
clones.
I'm about to do again. Yeah, it's what I'm about to do now again. Cut clones off of all the ones you saw that were overgrown. I'm going to cut some big. I cut 6 inch clones off of those, and then they do better here. 6 inch, 7 inch clone. Nice clone, and then I'll just flip it in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. That's what I'm going to start doing. Like you said, that makes good sense. But I have to. I won't have the. I don't have the lights to be able to flip that.
But
I won't because these won't be done.
fill your area. If you flip quicker, you fill your area
You
with
fill the
plant.
whole area with plants. Yeah, yeah. I had like 25 one
Like I
gallons.
told you, you just leave you one square that get nothing so that you can move
Yes,
your plant in between.
in between. Yeah, like I'll show you the 1 gallons that I use. I think you saw them already, but I use these. Well, here I'll show you. I use these square ones. I like because you can fit more and it's better, right? So I use these
Oh yeah,
one guy.
that's what I
Yeah,
use.
you can fit 25 or so in a 4x4 tub. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
so and
With
then
them, at
grow.
least, yeah, I think you can get
Get an ounce,
25.
ounce off of each. Ounce
Oh,
or two,
maybe
maybe two, two.
maybe two.
I want to get 2 to 3 if I could, but that would be pushing it.
Maybe, but
Maybe
it
with a
depends on
hydro
the
with the
strain.
ring, I'd like to. Yes, with
It
depends on the genetics, doesn't it?
Because
Yes.
That's the thing that some people don't think about. When you go with high production sea of green, like what I'm telling
Yes.
you right now, when you fill the area and you flip in 2 3 weeks, it's sea of
Yes.
green. Well,
Yes.
when you make sea of green, you want to get a plant that is columnar,
Yeah. Indica. We're all heavy indicas. Yeah.
an indica but columnar, such that you got a long one bud,
Yep.
so that you can get
Like
them
yes.
closer together and
Like
get a
Death
long
Star.
top. Yeah.
Like a Death Star works great. So does Northern Lights one.
Or the
Willie's
big
Wonder.
bud. The big
Big Bud.
bud was perfect for that. It was doing
Oh.
the one long cola.
Oh man, I should get some of that. Big Bud, huh? That sounds good.
I should get you some of the critical Kush cross with bubble gum.
Oh,
It,
I'd love
it,
that. Yeah. That
it
sounds
do
good.
exactly like that. I do one big cola. I'll try to. Yeah, I got a picture of it at somewhere.
I should check it out. Yes. Let me somebody keeps calling me on the phone. Let me let me come back. Can I come back in a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit?
you can come back. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, you betcha. I'll come back in a little bit after I talk to them because otherwise they'll keep calling.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for having me so far. I'll be back in a little while, guys.
All right.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you very much. That was super awesome. Very
Thank you.
informative. Thank you. I'll see you in a little while. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Yeah.
FPG. Where's the picture? Picture. Okay.
Oh, tired.
You start to be tired, man.
I'm tired. I was up, been up since 5 this morning.
You need to grow to smoke more of those sativa
Yeah,
stuff
that
that
probably
keep
helps.
you awake.
That probably helps.
What's the most up high that you've got in your tropical?
Tropical ones,
Yeah, the more up high, the more up to go. I don't know, the more energetic.
more energetic. Would probably be like a Congolese, Congolese, or that Oaxacan Thai was pretty uplifting too. They're pretty good weed. Not too bad. Not too bad.
If you could get the C31 clone, you could get some pretty uplifting with from
Right.
more easy to grow plant than some of the long flowering plant that that are having that effect. Yeah, but the guy is hard to join, sadly. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with that C31 at one point. If we're gonna make it big with that or not. You need to make it known.
Yep.
That's a nice plant, man, I'm telling you. If you try it, you'll see. It got a buzz that you can't smoke all day long, but if you smoke it at night, you may get a panic attack before you go to bed and you'll be good. It doesn't keep you awake too much. It's just an energetic kind of effect. But yeah, I was liking it. But the reason why I've crossed it with Crockett Confidential is that the funniest thing is that I wasn't expecting to get the C31 to get to be that tropical looking. on a shorter plant like the Crooked Confidential is. But it had that Crooked Confidential effect to it with the more upper high. It's been a long time I've grown that one, but it was a nice one. That's the last time I've grown something like that. Well, in fact, it's one of my friends that have grown it, but they've given me the plant. It was a nice little plant that they've grown in his backyard, just a test plant. So we're happy with the result, and it was like, yeah, yeah, cool. Now I would know what it gonna give, you know. But with the license over here, it's getting harder and harder to get. Did you have any trouble to get your license, medical license, to renew it?
None whatsoever. No,
No,
no, just fill out the paperwork.
because I know that some people that have a bigger license, they have trouble to renew their license lately, and I know some people are organizing a defense with it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
uh,
I
maybe.
don't know. I don't know if anyone is having any trouble, but Canadian Bacon is making a fundraising to get some money to fight for the people that get trouble to renew their permit. And he got some people, a couple people that came to him to say that they had trouble like that. I don't know, man. I did not have to renew any permit in a long time. Since it's impossible to grow where I'm living, I've just let it aside.
Yeah, yeah. No, won't be long till I have to renew mine here.
You have to go?
That yeah, well, I don't know. No, I think I just need to renew mine. Will be renewing here. I think in July. I think it's July it expires.
Okay.
Then I'll renew. Then we'll see what it's like. I don't know. I
But
don't need as many plants as I have either. So whatever.
but if you get a license for like 50 plants, it's good, right?
Yeah, yeah, that'd be plenty for me. 'Cause I never even grow that many, anyways.
I know, but if you start to sex 25 plant that you've grown from seeds, you've got 50.
This is true. This is true.
Take a clone of everything.
Hope. Right on. I don't know if Bud. You think Buddy's coming back?
I don't know if it's gonna coming back, but if you wanna go, it's good, man. It's 1:30. It's going to 1:30 soon over here, so yeah, we're
Or
pretty much in
I'm
the morning.
I'm pretty much out of things to talk about.
All right. What people are saying in the chat right now, I'll go at it. Agnes is talking about 5 gallons. The five? I don't know what he talk. When you water 5 times a day, pot cube is irrelevant. You can grow on a tiny rock wall cube. Yeah, with lava
Yeah, that's
rock
true.
or drip. Well,
Mm,
if the plant have nothing to restrict its root grow, it's different than if you start to restrict the root grow.
that's true. But you can
Agnes
grow. You
Beckett
can
say
grow a
money
pretty
it's a
big.
crime. What you mean money it's a crime? Money money is not always a crime. Sometime maybe. I'm not making any crime money. What are you trying to say right now? if I had if I was making crime money, I wish I was making it in art and having a lot of nice art in my place. I don't know, something like that. Could be nice. Like, I don't know, having some money painting. Or, I don't know. I would not be against having some nice art in my place, but no. What was that crime money? Did he responded anything? No. Thought on scalding hot water through old soil. Do you understand what he means?
No idea. Where is it?
Why you want to put hot water on old soil? To sterilize it?
I guess so. I think
No,
he's
don't do
joking.
that.
He's joking. I think he's joking. Obviously.
Yeah, I guess he's joking. You don't need to do that. You just need to put your soil on a tarp and let it cook in the sun.
Right on. Well, call it. Okay. Everyone be well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, no problem, man. You can shut it down and have people next week, I guess. Nice dog.
That's her.
He asked what happened right now.
He's asking what's happening. He probably wants me to let him outside.
All right.
But all right, everyone. Good night. Take care, and we'll see you guys next week.